This is what it looks like to break up with your credit card strategy. And this is what it sounds like. If you remember my video from early 2025, the Capital One Duo has served me well for many months. And that's because it is a strategy worth pursuing. It's super simple, high value, and a lot of people love it, especially if you're into travel. But that's where it started to break down a little bit for me, as my travels have pretty much dried up for the time being, and I don't need to be focusing on a lot of travel points. So when the old strategy fails you because your goals have changed, it's time to empty out that wallet and see what is next. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. My new strategy has a very strong cashback foundation. As you're about to see, it's not in the traditional sense of it all though. And that's because the core cards are made up from American Express, with a few other cards sprinkled in as well. It begins with the Amex Platinum card, but it's the one for Charles Schwab. And it's this card that makes the whole cashback strategy with American Express actually work out, because normally you would not want to redeem Amex points for cashback. As we move along here, because some of these cards have a lot of benefits, I'm only going to mention the ones that I will be personally using. Because after all, the benefits that I actually use are the ones that will help make sense of the annual fee. So how will I actually use the Amex Platinum card? Well, I'll be booking my flights on it whenever I decide to pay cash for those flights. It earns 5 points per dollar, up to $500,000 spent per year. I won't have to worry about that cap. And that return is very strong, especially because I can book them either through the Amex portal or directly with the airline websites. And I like that amount of freedom. The other multipliers will not be used, so we'll move on from there. Onto the benefits, the first of which is the Global Lounge Collection. I'll admit I'm traveling less than I normally do, and on top of that, I'm also using lounges with a little bit less frequently. I still enjoy them, and when airports have them and they're conveniently located by the gate or within a short walk, then great. But if not, I'm no longer going to be going in and out of security multiple times or walking 10 to 20 minutes to another terminal. But when there is an Amex Centurion Lounge within reach, then this card will allow me to get in, which I really do value. The Priority Pass membership, although it excludes restaurants, can still be useful as well. Then there's the $600 hotel credit issued semi-annually, so two $300 chunks. Although travels are on the decline as mentioned, I still could see myself using this for at least 2 stays throughout an entire year. Then we've got the 2 Uber benefits, Uber Cash, which I've been using for pickup orders primarily at restaurants around the area. Also the Uber One credit, that's nice for the occasional delivery and also for a few additional benefits, including getting a percentage back on your transactions. The $200 airline fee credit is easy enough to use on my selected airline each year, which is typically Southwest, and now that they're going to a more fee-based model, there are a lot more things that could be used for. Fine hotels and resorts, obviously that makes a lot of sense because that couples perfectly with the $600 hotel credit. Then the Clear Plus membership. I've actually been using Clear since before the Platinum card covered this, so of course having it reimbursed as part of my annual fee payment is kind of nice too. Hilton Honors Gold status. I'll likely be valuing this for the first time ever, which is cool because I've always had a Hilton credit card in the past that gave gold or diamond status, for example, but now I'm actually thinking about taking my Hilton Honors Surpass and downgrading it to the no-fee Hilton Honors card, which means no valuable status beyond silver. And since I do value Hilton Honors Gold status, having the Platinum card unlock it for me instead while saving on another annual fee on another card is great. Rental car privileges / status, I really like this, especially with National, although I may only have 1 to 3 rentals per year. When I do use the benefit to go right to the line, pick any car I want and get on my way is super nice. The $400 Resi credit is currently my most favorite one so far. I find it super easy to use. Although it only earns 1 point per dollar, it's such an easy way to earn back some of the cost of the annual fee again. The $300 digital entertainment credit, again, super easy to use. I'll put my streaming services through the card that I may change throughout the year if I want to as well, based on what I value at the time. Also the $300 Lululemon credit and $155 with Walmart Plus. All the other ones mentioned will very unlikely be used by me, so I'm not going to count those. But the final benefit and the reason why I have the Schwab version of the Platinum card is for the Invest with Rewards. That allows me to redeem points at 1.1 cents per point for cash back instead of just 0.6. So it's not quite, but pretty close to double the value you would normally get with the regular Platinum card. Card number 2 is the American Express Gold card. This one I like to use for the 2 multipliers here, the first of which is 4 points per dollar at restaurants worldwide on up to $50K in purchases per calendar year, and also 4 points per dollar on groceries at US supermarkets on up to $25K per calendar year. Last I checked, everybody eats food, and me especially, I eat quite a bit of it. So this as a foodie card is just fantastic. I also take advantage of the $120 Uber cash benefit every month, which actually stacks with the Amex Platinum benefit, in case you didn't know that. I also use the $84 Dunkin' credit, the $100 Resi credit semi-annually, that's $50 every 6 months, and also the $120 dining credit at select participating partners. And when I go to those partner restaurants, the food that I order might have to change, at least for a little while. That's because last month I used the sponsor of this video, Function Health, to perform a comprehensive health check, which gave me access to food allergy and sensitivity tests as an add-on. And now that I have my results, I'd like to take a quick second to share them with you. Of the 136 biomarkers that I had tested, 116 were within the normal range, while 20 were out of range, which represent the areas that need attention. I could then view the full list of all the out-of-range biomarkers by category, like autoimmunity, food allergies and sensitivities, heart, immune regulation, and much more. Clicking on each one then provided a detailed breakdown with helpful insights about how to improve. And of course, it's always fun to see my biological age, which is currently 10.8 years younger than my actual age. And now, based on the results that I have from my Function Health dashboard, it's up to me to keep that spread going by starting to incorporate some newer, healthier habits, especially with what I eat. By the way, Function Health is a platform and membership designed to give you control over your health. That's because it uses regular diagnostic blood testing to give you personalized health insights that most people never see. And best of all, it's proactive in nature, helping you catch those early risk factors before they become a bigger issue. So if you'd like to join me on this health journey, you can get started with Function Health by clicking the link down below. And as a first-time member, be sure to add the code MARKR100 to get a $100 credit to apply towards your membership. Now back to the rest of the video. On to card number 3, the American Express Green Card. This one, for as long as I have it, is just a straight multiplier card for me. No benefits needed. I like the 3 points per dollar on all travel. So airfare aside, which the Platinum card covers at 5x, this would cover things like other hotels, tours, campgrounds, car rentals, cruises, vacation rentals, and more. It's pretty broad. And for the first time in a long time, I went to a hotel recently and used this card instead of the hotel chain card. That's because I've seen all the other hotel programs like Marriott, Hilton, IHG, and others devalue their programs a lot more than I expected in such a short time frame. And so if those points are continuously losing value, then I would rather earn triple Amex points, which have access to a lot of transfer partners when I decide to take a trip, or just use them as a straight cash out option instead. Now this card does have a $150 annual fee, which just for a couple multipliers is not worth it to me. But until the next fee hits, I might as well continue to use it. Then when it does, I might swap it out for some lower or no annual fee card instead. Another card in the Amex ecosystem that I'll be using is the Blue Business Plus credit card. And this one again is another straight multiplier card for me, just using it for double points on my purchases with a cap of 50 grand per year, which is more than enough for my needs. Definitely a great other or catch-all card for any of your purchases that do not fall into a specific category on another card. You may have noticed that we have a little bit of a problem with Amex cards though if you don't have an EV, and that is a lack of a gas station category. And that's where my next card comes into play and help out quite a bit. It's the PNC Cash Rewards card. And check this out, it earns 4% cashback on gas station purchases year round. The only small catch though is that you'll notice that the broader structure is 4%, 3%, 2%, and 1%. And the first three have a cap of $8,000 of purchases per year. But since the other two categories I have already covered with the Amex Gold, this will just be a gas card only. So for me, I view it as up to $8,000 a year in gas, which again, more than covers my needs. There's a chance though that it could be replaced with this next card, and you'll see why. Jumping back over to American Express, this is their Blue Cash Everyday card, and I really do like it primarily for the 3% back on US online retail purchases with a cap of $6,000 in spend per year. I've used this card at a lot of US retailers online without any problem, including Amazon. And frankly, I can't even think of one time where I didn't get the rewards I expected. So it's been a great card for me, $0 annual fee, so simple. But you'll notice right to the right, it does have a 3% back back on gas category with the same cap of $6,000 per year. But I'm wondering, will I be willing to give up the current 4% with the PNC card and replace it with 3% in order to use one fewer card and just keep the overall setup a lot simpler? Time will tell. Another outlier card that I'm throwing in here because I do a lot of shopping online, especially through Amazon, therefore the Amazon Prime Visa does make a lot of sense for me. The card has a bunch of different multipliers, but for me, this is strictly my Amazon only card. So 5% back on Amazon, no annual cap. I just add it to my online profile, so whenever I go to checkout, it's just there. So this is not a card that I actually carry around with me. And since it's also one of those no annual fee cards, there's nothing to eat into the rewards earned every year. So that's a huge thumbs up too. Just like this next and final card for me. On the business side, I'm using my Wells Fargo Signify Business Cash card. And this one is also great for its simplicity. It's a 2% cashback card, no caps that I have to worry about or enrollments or activations. It's just a swipe, get your rewards type of card and cash out whenever you like. So distilling all this down to one broader summary here are the cards that I'll be using on a main or everyday type of basis. My Amex ones that are primary to earn membership rewards points go across the top here from the green, gold, platinum, and blue business plus. Then a true Amex cashback card with a blue cash every day, a store card, specifically the Amazon Prime Visa, also my gas card here, PNC Cash Rewards, and finally again that business card, the Wells Fargo Signify Business. And of these 8 cards, only 3 of them have annual fees, although they are on the high side because that's what Amex likes to do. The green is currently at $150, the gold at $325, with credits that made sense to use to help offset that. And then the platinum at now $895 with 1,000,000 credits. Although adding up the ones that I personally will be using and discarding the ones that I won't, I should still be able to have about $2,000 to $2,500 of value, minus roughly $900 sets me way ahead still. The way I like to look at annual fee cards is that you're basically buying into a package of benefits, hopefully at a discount if you're doing it right. So would you pay $500 for, $1,000 of value? If you truly value it, then it does make sense. The one big question I have at the back of my mind though is, will I be willing to introduce the US Bank Altitude Connect at some point to cancel out 2 other cards? The US Bank card earns 4 points per dollar on travel, although not transit as I understand it. It's not mentioned at least. And then 4 points per dollar on gas with a cap of $1,000 per quarter. So 4x on travel could cancel out 3x on travel with Amex. Although US Bank's definition of travel is going to be more narrow. I'm more interested though in the hotels category as the primary thing there. I would lose out on transit, which is 3x on the green card, but I would probably be okay with just putting that on the blue business plus to earn double there. And then for gas, that would take the place of the 4% on the PNC card, so I wouldn't have to use that one anymore. To get good value out of the US Bank points though, I'm going to have to maintain a US Bank banking relationship with the appropriate checking account. So I'll see if I'm willing to do that long term, because if so, that Altitude Connect card is actually quite a powerhouse of a card. I'm actually thinking about doing a separate review on it later on. So am I crazy for using Amex as my main core for cash back, although I am able to redeem at a more favorable rate? Or do you all think it's still justified? Let me know down below in those comments. I'd also like to know if any of the 8 cards mentioned, although that may go down to 7 at some point, if they surprised you whatsoever based on what I chose. Tell me your thoughts down below as well. And also let me know what you are using for your strategy, whether you're on team travel or team cashback, or perhaps doing a little bit of a hybrid approach. Before you take off though, if you want me to keep you up to date about great credit card offers as they become available and before they expire, feel free to sign up to my totally free credit card offer alerts. You'll find the link to that down below in the description, as well as another one to Rakuten to earn more cash back whenever you shop online through their platform. You can even switch your reward preference to earn Amex membership rewards points if you like as well. And another link and discount to a Function Health membership, which can give you actionable insights to help you live a healthier life. With that said, I'll see you in the next video.